No one warned you about this part. Spiritual awakening doesn't feel like light. It feels like something inside you is dying. And if you don't understand what is dying, this stage can break you. Rumi wrote about this exact moment 800 years ago. Most people imagine spiritual awakening as peace, clarity, and bliss. But when it actually begins, something very different happens. Your old identity starts to collapse. The version of you that knew who it was stops working. This moment feels confusing, lonely, even terrifying. And many people think something has gone wrong. But Rumi knew this wasn't failure. He knew it was the beginning. In this video, you'll understand why awakening feels like dying, what is actually dying inside you, and why this stage is not only normal, but necessary. When people say it feels like dying, they are not talking about the body. They are talking about the ego. The ego is not arrogance. It is the psychological structure that tells you who you are, what you believe, and how the world makes sense. From childhood, your mind builds this structure to survive. Spiritual awakening does not destroy you. It dissolves that structure. Rumi described this without softness. Why are you so busy with this or that, good or bad? Pay attention to how things blend. When things blend, boundaries disappear. And when boundaries disappear, the ego panics. That panic feels like death. If this is happening to you, you may notice strange things. You don't feel depressed, but you don't feel motivated either. Old conversations feel shallow. Old goals feel empty. Things that once defined you no longer fit. And the most confusing part is this. Nothing is wrong, but nothing feels right. You may feel like you are watching your life instead of living it, as if the person you used to be is slowly fading. This is the moment most people panic, because the mind would rather suffer in familiarity than dissolve into the unknown. The human brain is designed to preserve identity. Neuroscience shows that the nervous system prefers predictability over truth. Even painful certainty feels safer than uncertain freedom. When awakening begins, the brain loses its reference points. Old beliefs stop working. Old desires lose their grip. Old fears no longer scare you, but nothing replaces them yet. Rumi warned about this stage. Where there is ruin, there is hope for a treasure. But ruin comes first, not clarity, not peace. Every ancient tradition understood this pattern. Before rebirth, there is dissolution. Before wisdom, there is confusion. Rumi called this being cooked. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. That change is not gentle. It feels like standing between two selves, one that no longer exists and one that has not yet arrived. Many people turn back here. This is where awakening is often misunderstood. Some people think this stage means they are broken. Others think they are failing spiritually. They try to fix it, escape it, numb it. But this stage is not pathology. It is transition. The danger is not the dissolution itself. The danger is resisting it. Rumi wrote, "Try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you." Resistance creates suffering. Surrender allows transformation. There is a stage in every real transformation that ancient traditions called the liminal space. It is the space between what has ended and what has not yet begun. You are no longer who you were, but you are not yet who you will become. This is why awakening feels unbearable at times. The mind keeps asking, "What am I now?" And there is no answer. Rumi understood this silence deeply. He wrote, "Why are you so busy with yourself? The door is open, just walk out." But stepping out means leaving certainty behind. In this liminal state, people often feel invisible, disconnected, as if they no longer belong anywhere. Friends may not recognize you, old identities no longer fit, and new ones feel dishonest. This is not emptiness, this is unformed potential. Psychology calls this identity dissolution. Mystics called it the desert. Rumi called it the place where the soul learns patience. Nothing grows here quickly, nothing feels stable. But this is exactly where something real begins. Many people who pass through this stage describe it in similar ways, even though they have never spoken to each other. They say things like, "I feel like I'm watching my life from a distance. I don't recognize myself anymore. I can't go back, but I don't know where I'm going." What makes this stage so isolating is that it looks normal from the outside. You still go to work, you still talk to people, you still function, but internally, something fundamental has shifted. The world feels thinner, less solid, as if meaning itself has loosened its grip. Rumi understood this quiet suffering. He wrote, "Where there is sorrow, there is holy ground." This sorrow is not weakness. It is sensitivity returning. This is also where many people become afraid. They ask themselves, "Am I awakening or am I breaking?" This is an important question. Awakening is not the absence of pain, but it is the presence of awareness. In collapse, suffering closes inward. In awakening, suffering is witnessed. You may feel grief, but you are not consumed by it. You may feel emptiness, but you are curious, not hopeless. Rumi never confused awakening with despair. He wrote, "Set your life on fire, seek those who fan your flames." Awakening does not numb you, it sharpens you. If awareness is growing, this is not destruction, it is reorganization. For the next few seconds, don't try to understand anything. Just notice this question. Who were you 5 years ago that no longer exists today? Not what you did, but who you were. That version of you already died, and yet you are still here. Awakening is not different. It is simply a deeper layer of the same process. At this stage, awakening doesn't show up as mystical experiences. It shows up quietly, in ordinary moments. You notice it when you no longer react the way you used to, when old triggers lose their power, when silence feels more honest than noise. You may stop chasing things that once felt essential. Approval, validation, constant movement. Not because you are above them, but because they no longer answer the question you are living with. Rumi hinted at this shift when he wrote, "Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Cleverness is mere opinion. Bewilderment is intuition." This bewilderment doesn't look impressive. It looks like uncertainty, like slowing down, like choosing depth over performance. And this is often misunderstood by others. They may think you've lost ambition, lost direction, lost fire. But what's really happening is that your attention is reorganizing. You are no longer living from reaction. You are living from awareness. You are not supposed to fix this stage. You are supposed to witness it. Do not label it as failure. Do not rush to replace the old self. Sit with the emptiness. Rumi wrote, "Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. This stage passes, but only if you let it. If awakening feels like dying, it is because something false is leaving. Not your life, not your mind, not your future, only the illusion of who you thought you were. I'm curious, what part of you feels like it is dissolving right now?"